In this video, we're going to be breaking down a house track in the style of Max Dean. We're going to be going over how he makes his addictive synth melodies, leads, and catchy bass lines, and the super clean house drums, and everything you need to be making this style.
No, we don't talk about what happened last night. You kept your secret safe with me, no, that's right. Now just forget it. I'm not a better man, better than yourself. My phone is shining, better than yourself. I really wanna go truck, but man, let's track it right.
Got those proper Dino vibes on this one. Let's get straight into the drums. With this sort of style of house, I've noticed in a lot of these similar sort of tracks, you want to just keep your drums very simple. Now, what we've got here is the 90s hat in the frontline drum kit. Now, instead of programming any ghost notes with this, we've actually used another hat loop, which is from the new kit coming out. A lot of you are gassed about that one. In the 90s stash, you have all of these to choose from. And also in the ISO exclusives, you've got all of these as well. And I'm working on some more. We've actually got this top loop here doing pretty much all of the heavy lifting in terms of the hats, the ghost hats, and the swing. So as you can hear, there's actually like a perk snare on here and one here as well. So we've got some more ghosts down here and then a percussion here. So if we listen to this on its own, and we listen to this percussion bit down here on its own. So instead of just using this as our ghost, we've got another hi-hat, sort of like a shaker as a ghost. And then we've got another perk here as well. And then, yeah, pairing that off with this. These hats are pretty much on the grid, other than this second one is just nudged off slightly, just giving us some pull. And then that with the clap. And then with the kick. Spoke about this in the last video, but this is a technique that can be overlooked, and that is tuning your kick, the key of your track, so it sits nicely with your bass. You can also test perfect fifths and thirds as well to maybe make a bit more bounce of your drums, so your kick goes a little bit higher in the pitch, it's not fighting the sub as much. Or you can make it go lower as well if you want more of that subby sort of connection. Just quickly, if you haven't already joined Exodus, you can literally join for free. Link in the description, so go get yourself in there. This plugin called G-Tune actually allows you to see the exact key. Now, sometimes it doesn't work or it will flash very temporarily. So this is showing B, and if we look quickly at our bass, it's actually the root here is in E, and B is a perfect fifth of E. So that is why our kick is sitting really nicely with the bass. So yeah, let's just introduce the bass line. Just talk about the bass MIDI. So yeah, this is our synth bass, and then this is our sub. We've cut at 77 hertz, and then if we go into we've then cut this at 70 hertz here. So one of the big characteristics of a Max Dean track is having that sort of like simple bass line, pairing that with like a really catchy synth melody. Yeah, the preset is Thwap, and it's in the Mariana by Moog, which is just a really aggressive low-end synth, which is pretty decent for house. Let's move on to the instruments. Now, a lot of the time in these tunes, you then have another sound, which is usually a lead. We actually have two leads, calling, responsing in this section. Let's just listen to them on their own. And then this one. If you haven't heard of BA1, it's Baby Audio's like analog synth, and it's a real like secret weapon of mine. I absolutely love it. So if you haven't got it, just wait till it's on a discount, and I'd say pick this one up. That's the preset for this one. And then for this bottom one, I heard this song, right, and I instantly thought Max Dean. He's done some really great songs recently where he just has like a smooth vocal like this. There's another one as well who's just done a tune with Prosper. I think it's in my house playlist out on there. I just thought, why don't I just chuck a tune up on Spotify, and we got 1,500 monthly listeners. So Love Songs by Prosper, where it's got that insane like male vocal on it. This just instantly gave me that vibe. You've got the Omar Plus type vibe as well. So successful right now in the minimal house wave.
Talk about what happened last night. You kept your secret safe with me, now that's right.
I love this vocal so much, bro. Yeah, so what we've done, we've pitched it up 4 semitones. When it comes in, it's like,
I better make better than yourself.
oh, mate, I just felt like a wave of goosebumps. Like, when that comes in, and then it goes, dun 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 dun. Oh, my cat has just come in. Yeah, here he is. You're gonna get hairs all over my t-shirt. Hello, my little snow lion. He's like Blue Eyes White Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! Hello, mate. This guy is my best friend. Aren't you, broski? Yeah, you are. Right, let's get you some water, and I need to carry on filming this video, my number one broski. That brings me on to the point. This is the new clothing, everyone, and it's available now at exoshq.com, and they are 20% off right now for the launch sale. Obviously, you can hear we're opening the filter up a little bit before the drop, so... And then it closes and just comes into that groove, lets the vocal shine more. I just realized we have this like weird bass sound as well. Just the usual effects. Get these in the effects expansion. Then we have that reverse there. Just some risers which are helping our sections progress on and the flow of them. And then some risers here in the drop. Some drop snares from the frontline drum kit and the Prospect crash, which is my favorite crash. I've just realized I missed out on this top loop here that we're using as a fill. And then in terms of the arrangement, a lot of the time with this sort of track, it actually just goes straight into the main sound, which is our Mariana and our bass. Sometimes it goes straight into the vocal as well, if it's more of just like a progressive vocal. But this is more of like a chorus vocal, where we've got that Better Than Yourself comes in. So we've laid it out slightly more to gear around that, but with a nice short build up. Instead of having a long build up, we've got a short build up here, and then we've got a break here which extends this build up. And I was actually messing around with making another section here, so duplicating this so it's ultimately like wider here, so another bit here, you saw what I mean? If it's being played live, it's got more of that build up, so it's just way more of an impact when it comes into the drop. This section literally starts like this. And a lot of the time you'll see in these tunes, like it will roll in, so it will just go like this and completely remove this section here. You'll see in a lot of these tunes it just does that, so it will just go straight this section here, and then it will avoid any sort of build up, and it will just roll in, and it will have all of this, and then there'll be a pretty large, say 32 build up here, with like a sort of breakdown section, and then like a larger build up, and then one more drop. And that's a very common arrangement in this style of track, and we did try that, but for me, I prefer to have this little sort of breakdown section here, where we sort of built a very standard build up, with some kicks building like that, drop snares, crashes, and then we go into the drop. So in this breakdown section here, I actually haven't spoke about this from Diva, but this started off actually interestingly being the main melody that we were working with the vocal, and you'll hear why it's just really, really nice. I wanted to try and incorporate it into the track somehow, and we've managed to get it in the sort of breakdown section. Really nice. And this preset is the MK Cruisin'. This preset right here gives me real obscure vibes. Is a proper preset if you want to do those sort of like synth melody house. Small 8-bar build up, and then the synth melody comes in, and then this section repeats, and that is pretty much it. So if you haven't already, go get yourself an Exodus. Lots of good stuff is dropping on there, and currently right now there is a 20% off launch sale, so go get yourself a UKG Division T. They ship anywhere. Your shipping will be calculated at the checkout, so if you're America, Australia, Canada, anywhere like that, then it's obviously you're gonna have to pay the shipping. As always, big love for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.